This week's parasha, or Parashat Shmini, introduces us to the world of Kashrut. This world we've already seen, with the Torah instructing us, Lo tevashel gedi b'chalev imo, do not cook a baby kid, i.e. lamb or goat, in its mother's milk. And this is the source of the prohibition of not having meat and milk. We saw also in the Torah that there's a prohibition to eat chametz on Pesach. Parashat Shmini is the first parasha that actually details Jewish dietary laws, what we're allowed to eat, and in which combinations we're allowed to eat them. One of the fascinating areas of Jewish law is looking at those different types of animals. And these kosher animals have two distinct signs. The first one is that it has a split hoof, and the second is that it regurgitates its food, or called chewing the cud. Animals that have both these character traits are kosher, and thus, for example, Betsy the cow, Shaun the sheep, Billy the goat are all kosher animals. This also includes Gerald the giraffe, and the reason why we don't eat giraffe is simply because it's very hard to catch them, and then for the slaughterer, they should hold them in place to do the slaughtering. But in theory, even giraffe is kosher. An animal that does not have either of these character traits, for example, your lion or lion, tiger, or dog families, are of course not kosher. There is four types of animals that only possess one of the character traits. For example, the camel certainly does chew its cud, but does not have split hooves. And of course, our good friend, the pig, although it has the split hooves, does not chew the cud. These are two of only four animals that do not display both or neither character traits. And the Torah tells us that these are not kosher. In the world of Jewish philosophy, there's a discussion as to what is the reason behind the mitzvot, ta'amei ha-mitzvot. Now, one must always remember that the reason why we keep the laws of Kashrut is very simple. God said so. But now that I know that God said so, and I take it from that point, can I find a reason that makes logical sense to me as to why I should or shouldn't be able to eat this particular animal? And in that frame of reference, the philosophers do indeed talk about it. So let's try create a model of understanding why it is that pig and camel are not kosher, whereas cow and sheep are. And I like to focus on the character traits themselves. The idea of chewing the cud symbolizes regurgitating one's past. The cow chews the cud and then draws up the grass once again, eating it and sustaining it over the days and weeks. Unlike other animals, which chew once and then disappears through the system, the cow is able to draw on its past for inspiration, and that is the symbolism of chewing the cud. A split hoof helps with movement, forward movement. If anyone has ever watched a goat, a mountain buck, jumping up between the rocks, it's quite amazing how the idea of the split hoof helps the animal achieve forward momentum. And thus, the idea of the split hoof symbolizes for us the idea of moving forward, of looking to the future and creating something new. The Torah instructs us as follows, and it says like this: as a Jew, we want you to learn both character traits. We want you to remember your past, where you came from. But we also don't want you to live in that past, because you live in a new world. We want you to take the messages and the values that you have received in your tradition and use them to face the new world and the challenges that it presents. The problem with the pig and the camel is that they divorce themselves from history. The camel is fixated about the past. It only chews the cud, but does not have the split hoof that allows it to move into the future. The pig chooses to embrace the future, but has no interest in its past and its history. Judaism says, in order to exist within this world, we require both, to understand where we came from and where we're going to. We've just come out of the festival of Pesach, and Parashat Shmini many times is the first parasha after the Chag. What better message can we have than to take the messages of freedom that we have absorbed over the course of the 8-day festival and use it to inspire our futures? What are we going to take from the lessons of freedom and how do we apply them into the course of our future? Is the challenge that Parashat Shmini raises with us. So the next time you sit down to that juicy steak or that lamb chop, realize it's not only the meat that we're talking about, but the message, the kosher message that it involves as well. Knowing where you come from and where you're going to is the source of Jewish strength and Jewish identity. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.